here
300.
Oh yeah, that's God.
Not quite.
Oh yeah, maybe next year, next decade.
Yeah.
So here with Nick, right, Grivas.
Grivas.
I was in Grivas. I was
Yeah.
Greek.
Greek, yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
What are you?
Italian.
Italian.
Yes. Marnie doesn't sound Italian.
No.
No,
No.
Irish.
Yeah.
I always get that. Where are you from? Like, not Brazil.
Not Brazil. Not Brazil like everybody else.
Yeah. So you're the mastermind behind Liquid Lyrics, but then you've also got a million other things. So tell me about everything.
Tell you about everything. Well, yeah, obviously the main thing I do is Liquid Lyrics. So
Yeah.
I was running 2 events a month, but now I've just pulled back to one while I'm working on this project, which I'll go into. So Liquid Lyrics has been running for 5.5 years on Sunshine Coast. Probably the longest running monthly event that I know of anyway, that's still going. And yeah, I started that like 3 months after I moved here. I've been in spoken word poetry since 2010.
Yep.
Been a poet since I was in high school. So there's that. That's a monthly slam, and then
What is spoken word poetry?
spoken word poetry.
What is
So,
this?
well, slam. I mean, like it can be poetry, it can be spoken word. I think I call it spoken word poetry or performance poetry because that differentiates the oral version of poetry.
Right.
So lots of poets are just page poets and they're never really recited or it's just read.
Right.
Personally, I feel like my poetry doesn't necessarily lend itself too much to reading
Yeah.
because I write it for performing. I have written stuff for being read, but yeah, that's spoken word poetry. Spoken word, and it's kind of like a bit more free flow. It doesn't necessarily adhere to any rules, any rhyming schemes like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Cool. And because it's the only one on the coast, really.
it's the only look. I don't think anyone else is doing anything like regularly on the sunny coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely the only slam on the coast, that's for sure.
So bringing the culture. So you haven't been here. Been here just over 5 years.
Yeah.
So bringing the culture.
Yeah.
From where?
Brisbane.
Oh, nice. That's not far.
People always go, "You're from Melbourne, right?"
Yeah.
I was like, "No,
Greek,
this because
must
I'm
be.
Greek. I dress well." All right, what are you saying? Yeah.
Oh, classic. And then why did you move here?
So I used to have a business which I sold 2 years ago, manufacturing granola, and I set my commercial kitchen up. I set it up in the sunny coast in Forest Glen because I just couldn't really find anywhere in Brisbane that was the right price. So I was commuting back and forth from Brisbane to sunny coast. I was only doing that once a week when I was staying with a friend. And yeah, I kind of fell in love with sunny coast and decided that once my son finished high school, moved out, I was like, out of Brisbane. Started a new life, completely new life. Yeah.
So how'd you get into granola?
Well, I'm a chef by trade, so
Really?
these are the other things
Oh.
now. So I've actually started doing the food for Liquid Lyrics now. Like I do my own food, so it's food, chai, balls, and so I was a chef for 15 years, and that was just kind of a natural progression. I always wanted to start my own business,
Yeah.
and granola made sense to me because low risk,
Yeah.
low cost to set up, long shelf life. It can be shipped anywhere in Australia, so I was shipping all that.
Right. And why did you say that?
I got to a point where I've been doing it for 14 years.
Yeah.
And I started doing community massage, so I started my community massage business,
Oh,
which doesn't really do much these days, but it's more for the love of it now.
what is Kayun?
Kahuna massage it's a Polynesian style massage. It's very long flow strokes. It's like a massage that kind of brings the body, mind, and soul all into balance.
That's cool.
You sound really good as well. So.
Oh,
Yeah, the many
one-stop
things,
shop.
One stop shop, yeah. I can write you a poem and give you a massage.
What do you need? I'll
yeah,
give you
yeah,
anything.
yeah. I can feed you, massage you. Right.
Wow. And then so you don't do that anymore?
I do the massages, just I don't have my books open. So
Okay.
someone who's already, if you know me or you've already had a massage with me,
Yeah.
then I'm open to that. But
Yeah.
I don't advertise them.
Yeah, cool. Wow. And then, so now you're doing back into, so what's your core business now?
My core business is Liquid Lyrics. Yeah. So that's, and under that falls anything that I do in the speaking. So I do a lot of MC work. The Prana Fest, MC the main stage there. I also take Liquid Lyrics, Poets Breakfast to different festivals. So I've done Zen Fest before. Definitely done Prana Fest as well. And then, yeah, I get asked to do all sorts of different kind of gigs now. So I've just been asked to go and be a celebrant, although I'm not a qualified celebrant, but I have done that before.
Bit online.
Oh, that's online. Yeah, that's next. That's coming. And yeah, now I'm being approached. Like I just got approached by the Australian Poetry Slam to make the next Liquid Lyrics, which is on the 24th of this month, one of their heats for the Queensland final, which is great. So we're collaborating with those guys. I've just been recently contacted by the Sunshine Coast Kidsland Writers Festival to run a poetry slam for them as well.
Oh.
So, and then I just do corporate MC gigs and yeah.
So when you say poetry slam, is that kind of like the open mic poetry?
Yeah, so poetry slam is actually a competition.
Okay.
So it started in 1989 in New York at the Get Me High Club, and it was kind of just like a joke to kind of just get spoken word poets up and doing something with their poetry. So it kind of like fed on, I guess, from a bit of hip hop, but also beat poetry. And so it's basically you draw names out of a hat.
Yeah.
So you don't know when you're going to go up. We have random judges in the crowd, just can't really judge art, so it's kind of a joke.
Yeah.
But it's a bit of fun. And score out of 10, and then, it's next to the final at the end of the year.
Right.
Get prizes, and it's like an encouragement thing for people to continue on the craft.
And do you do any educational sort of elements?
I have done before. I've done workshops in quite a few schools. I don't do that as much. Workshops are not necessarily. I mean, I like doing them, but they're not my passion.
Yeah.
My passion is encouraging people to get up and write. And so my passion, really, the core of it is the art.
Yeah. It's the moral support.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Cool. And then you've got with the poets, the monthly poetry.
Yeah.
Would you do that as a breakfast event as well?
Not only at festivals.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we're looking at that, like the Bobby Arlou
Brekkie
series. We do that a poetry series.
Oh. Don't put more ideas.
Yeah.
I already have so many ideas. I mean, like I've got the production coming up, which we'll chat about.
Yeah.
But I'm already thinking about what I'm going to do after that.
Right.
So I'm picturing. I want to do. Cause I'm a love poet. That's the name of the genre that I write in.
Yeah.
I love that. But I write all different types of poetry. But that's what fills my heart with the most joy.
Yeah.
So, and I know a lot of other poets who are incredible love poets as well. So what I want to do is actually get a grand piano, candles. It's a pianist and a poet, and that's it. Nothing else.
There's that candlelight.
The candlelight concert. That's what inspired that. Yeah. So doing that with poetry as opposed to and just the piano, maybe a violin, but just like something very low key. That's a support for poetry, and that takes the listener on an emotional journey through the music and through the words.
That's cool. It'd be so cool to do that in like the caves at Fulham or something, like dusk.
Oh, you mean like that pool?
Yeah, in the cave.
Probably wouldn't be able to get a grand piano in there though.
They used to do it the Genolan Caves, so it's called.
Oh,
Yeah. They do weddings there with pianos.
Not a piano.
Maybe you could get a cello.
A cello. Yeah. Maybe not a piano.
And a keyboard. Cool. So, you have an upcoming event, Being Human. 19th of September.
19th and the 22nd. Yeah, we've got four shows.
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night.
So, where did this come about?
Yeah, so I actually did massage at Woodford this year, and so I was there and didn't really get to see many of the shows, but I'd heard everyone talking about Shushy Bush put on by Betty Grumble. I don't know if you know her. Betty Grumble is like one of the most incredible female performers, cabaret style, singer, performance poet, activist. She's incredible. So accidentally we ended up on the last night of that show. I thought I'd missed it, and we accidentally saw this show, and I was just activated by what she was doing with her art. And so on the way home from Woodford, I started asking myself questions like, what do you want to do with your poetry? What do you want to do with your art? You support so many other poets as being an artist, to like step into the light. What do you want to do? How do you want your art to live and run? And so then I thought about it. I'm like, what do I mostly write about? I'm like, well, really, it's the human experience, and the shadow and the light of the human experience. And I've done a one-man show before, but it's just me doing poetry, and I just thought, like, I want to see what is possible with spoken word. And so I started kind of feeling into, okay, well, maybe I can have a little theatre in there, so like, some skits that lead into the poems, and maybe have some live musicians, maybe have some people production tracks, and then before I knew it, because I'm surrounded by so many creative people, they started filling my head with ideas. It's like, oh, you could do this, you could do that, you could do that. And before you know it, it's like this small thing has now become this quite big, detailed stage production.
It's like a dinner theatre experience of all the arts, sort of.
Totally, yeah. So look, all like the music, the dance, the songs, and all the other elements are there to support the poetry, to give the poetry more power.
4D experience.
4D experience, 4D experience of poetry. So I took myself away for a week and wrote the script. I'm using some of my older poetry, but I've written 5 new, really incredible pieces that had me dive really, really deep into my own personal experience.
Yeah.
You know, dealing with things like love, brokenheartedness, like motivation, body image stuff, like dealing. So there's two halves of the show. We're doing the shadow first, and then we do the light.
Yeah.
So we have an intermission. So I took myself away for a week and wrote the script. I'm using some of my older poetry, but I've written 5 new really incredible pieces that had me dive really, really deep into my own personal experience.
Yeah.
You know, dealing with things like love, brokenheartedness, like motivation, body image stuff, like dealing. So there's two halves of the show. We're doing the shadow first, and then we do the light.
Yeah.
So we have an intermission in between the two.
That's great. That explains the poster.
The poster.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the whole idea is like liquid lyrics. Really, the core of what liquid lyrics is raw and real, unmasked, vulnerability.
Yeah.
Like, so these are the elements I'm bringing to the stage production and asking for the audience to go on that journey with us.
That sounds so cool.
Yeah.
And so, what's the format of it? You arrive.
Yeah.
And so it's at Studio Social.
Studio Social. So we're building people. We are building a theatre inside awareness. So we're building the stage from scratch. And I could have just gone to a theatre. It probably would have cost me less money, but I wanted to curate it specifically with the way the chairs were positioned. I need to be able to access the crowd intimately. So I need to be able to be in the crowd. So a big stage doesn't really offer that same kind of one-on-one personal experience. You know, when I sit here and if I was to do a spoken word piece to you right now, like you feel the intensity of it so much more.
Yeah.
There's like eye contact, this connection.
Yeah.
So yeah, people arrive. There's going to be food available for purchase. We close the doors exactly at 7 o'clock. All mobile phones are handed in.
That.
Yeah, no mobile phones.
Love that.
Because it's an 18 plus event, then potentially there's definitely adult themes. There may or may not be nudity. I probably should put that out there. People go, you should tell people. I'm like, I don't know if I should tell people that. And so no mobile phones. There's actually going to be a full video production team recording the whole thing, so it's actually going to turn into a DVD. DVD download. Yeah. Because no one does DVDs anymore. And so then we open the show. We go through the first half hour into the show, and then we go for the second half. And there's a meet for those who bought silver, platinum, and gold package tickets.
That's awesome. So tell me a bit about who's involved.
Yeah.
In the cast.
We got some incredible. Right. So Talia Tabone is, I don't know, have you ever seen her perform before?
No.
She is absolutely world class. She's one of the most incredible singer-songwriters I've ever come across. Right. Powerful voice, powerful lyrics. She's also she's from the coast, but she switches between Melbourne and the Gold Coast, and that's not Gold Coast.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's originally, I met her here.
Yeah.
But she kind of switches between the two now. She does a whole bunch of other things similar to me.
Yeah.
Has all different modalities and therapies that she does. She's an entire therapist. Yeah. So she's going to be playing piano for one of the poets and myself, but she's also singing 2 of her original songs, which fit in with the theme of what we're doing.
So nice to see piano.
Yeah.
Kind of MIA.
Piano's my favourite.
Yeah.
I love it. And doing spoken word to that,
yes.
What it does for the poet, it puts us in a completely different state of mind where we almost become a listener.
Yeah.
As well as a performer. It's a very interesting experience.
Oh, awesome.
So she's my lead female. She's the one composer as well.
Yeah.
Then we have my multi-instrumentalist, which is Jesse Higgins. You know him, yeah. He's pretty well known on the coast. So he's doing guitar, didge, and a bit of medicine drum as well. So he's supporting myself and one of the other poets as well. So then we have Sarah, who's also doing a lot of my social media. She's doing the dance piece.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine, so I've actually got a poem that's actually being read backstage. I won't give too much away. But it's not going to be me. It's my poem. That's a female voice that's speaking it. Just because I wanted a real feminine piece, and that's the whole piece is just done by the female parts.
And that's why she's dancing.
While she's dancing, there'll be poetry, and then we've got this beautiful backing track that she's filmed as well.
Contemporary.
Yeah. And so we've got video projection, and we'll have beautiful nature scenery. It'll be a full immersive experience in that way. So then we have Kate, who is the 2-time winner of Liquid Lyrics. So she's going to be doing 2 poems as well, or 3 poems actually, and she's also going to be doing one of the skits with me as well.
Oh,
so there's a bit of theatre. So some people, depending on which tickets you buy, will actually be part of the set, one of the sets. So we have the stage set, and we have the couch scene, and we have the bar scene. So there's three different sets that are happening in and around the space. So it's not just all happening on stage. So it's very, very interesting.
I'm so excited for this.
Yeah, I'm excited too. The more I talk about it now, I mean, we're about 5 weeks away.
Yeah.
It's really, everything's starting to kind of settle in, all the bits and pieces are coming together, all the props are coming together.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, I'll continue on. We've got Archie, who's been a performance poet, award-winning performance poet for the last 10 years. He's got a live record.
Right.
So he's doing a piece. And then, I'm not going to mention that part because that's a secret. We have some little surprises that are going to be happening throughout the show as well.
Oh, awesome.
Which yeah, can't give it all away. And then our production team, we've got Levi and Corey, Potsy, who's also a
Yes. Yep.
musician artist. Now he's a producer. He's done some of the pre-production backing tracks, which are incredible. He's taken the emotion of the poetry that I've come up with,
Yeah.
and I said, I want this kind of feel. And he's a master of that. So
Wow.
anybody ever wants any kind of like backing tracks, he's a producer, rapper, sound tech, lighting technician.
All right.
He's my housemate.
Oh,
which makes
handy.
it much easier. Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And then so is it an intimate seating wise?
Yeah.
How many people can fit?
So we're going to max 70
Yep.
each night. So
That's good.
we've got 280 tickets maximum to be sold.
Oh, that's awesome.
Now we have some. So the silver, gold, and platinum tickets. So the gold obviously is front row seats,
Yeah.
and you get a glass of
Maybe
champagne on
nudity.
arrival. Maybe nudity, right in front. But you definitely get a glass of champagne on arrival, and at the meet and greet, so you get the meet and greet as part of that as well.
Yeah.
You get priority seating. Your names will be on the seats.
Ego stroke.
Ego stroke. Yeah. And the platinum seats, which you only have 4 left, because they were part of the fundraising campaign as well. You can buy those.
Yeah.
The platinum seats are you actually get a non-sticky extra in the show. So at one
How
point,
would not be that?
yeah, I know. Some people are like, I don't want that. No thanks. But that's the only couch seats. That's not the seating. It's the only couch seat in the whole show, and so then you've got an incredible view, and you are a non-sticky extra. So I come and sit down next to you in non-sticky, which I have. But yeah.
That's so cool.
And then the silver and gold both get a champagne on arrival and during the meet and greet as well.
Wow. That's awesome. And then where do you kind of see this going? Is this your
I don't know. Like, look, there is talk. I mean, obviously, we're getting a product out of it, which is like the high definition download.
Yeah.
A video of the production with behind the scenes as well. So that's a product that I can certainly, and we'll get highlight reels of that, so I can send that out to festivals and see if we can tour this.
Yes.
I'd love to be able to tour it.
Yeah.
That's the dream. I would probably have to tour a scaled down version because what we're bringing in to make this what it is and make it so special and world class. I probably couldn't. Maybe if we got paid enough for a festival.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like to tour it. Also, I'm not sure. But part of me, like the journey I'm going through with this, which has been freaking intense.
Yeah.
Like it has been. There's days I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
There's days where I'm like, I can't wait.
Yeah.
And the emotional roller coaster that it's like when you're doing your own thing. Yeah.
Literally sometimes like, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah.
And then you're like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Constant up and down.
Constant up and down, and it's forcing me. And because the content matter of the poetry is so, a lot of it's really dance. Whoa! Don't blow away, camera. It's gonna be okay.
The plant, dude.
The plant, dude. Oh jeez.
Sunshine Coast.
Sunshine Coast. Yeah. It's all sunny today. Yeah. So I'd love to tour it. I think that'd be ideal.
Yeah.
But I feel like what is going to come from this show is probably something different. This could be the first iteration of something else.
Yeah.
Which I don't fully know. But I
Yeah.
feel something else is coming from this. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'd love to tour it, and if it does well, I'd love to put it on again in somewhere else.
Touring would be awesome.
It would be. It'd be big and it'd be a lot.
Yeah.
And probably need a tour manager. So.
Yeah. But even like managing bands, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. What do you think?
I could try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could. I'm not that. It's like a try. I could probably
Yeah.
do it if I gave it a good shot. And that's the funny thing because I've never done it. I don't know how to stage production, but I know so many people who are
Yeah.
in the industry. But also, I've just taught myself stuff. Like,
Yeah.
we just teach us stuff along the way. It's like,
Yeah,
that's how we grow.
exactly. Well, they have a lot of dance contacts in Sydney.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm just got ballet dancing.
Were you?
Yeah,
There you
you wouldn't be able to tell.
Oh, I've seen your calves. I'm like,
Oh.
pretty good calves.
Yeah, that's basically all I got, honestly. But yeah, ballet.
Oh, okay.
Been to the Opera House, a nice little venue.
You've danced there?
Yeah,
Wow.
but they've got a really nice, like, sort of green room.
Yeah.
Not green room. Little stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, the green room is cool. But yeah, that is so cool. Goals.
Yeah, I mean, I came second in the Queensland State Final in 2010 Australian Poetry Slam. That's kind of like how I really picked off my career in poetry. And it was the only year that they didn't have a final in Sydney at the Opera House. They had it at the Sydney Theatre Company, which is pretty cool. I got to be on the same stage that who's that famous Australian actress? Oh, anyway, but the stage was set. Like,
That's the one in that weird place.
yeah,
It's like in the middle of the, like, the back sort of.
yeah, it's a weird place. Incredible theatre.
Oh, your newest Sydney dance companies.
Exactly. Yeah. So I got to perform that stage there in Sydney.
Oh,
Which was pretty cool. But I didn't get to. Now they have the final for the Australian Poetry Slam. Yeah.
So how did you get into poetry? Did anyone in your family?
Look, my mum, she only went to grade 3 because she, like that was back after the war and like kids had to go to work,
Yeah.
From grade 3 you have to go on full time. So she, up until grade 3, she was an incredible writer, and she wrote stories that brought one of the teachers into tears. So she had that element there. She never really pursued anything with it. And I got into writing poetry in grade 10 in high school. It's when I also started discovering hip hop. So I still do, love hip hop. Yeah. Like, rappers.
Yeah.
I mean, Corey's a rapper as well. He's brilliant. I love the way they write. And so I kind of started writing hip hop for like, a school band that I was in.
Yeah.
Really going, just didn't go.
Yeah.
As most school bands do. But I really found I had a knack for poetry, so I got the highest mark for any student to ever do poetry, and they were still using that poem 10 years after I left school as an example of what the text students.
Yeah.
So that's when I first started, and then I left school, and then it was more about writing hip hop. Didn't write for ages, and then went through a pretty tumultuous period of my life for about 3 or 4 years, and it was poetry that pulled me through that.
Wow.
So I would write lots of short form poetry back then, mostly for page.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know poetry existed until I was just on Facebook one day, and I saw this banner for Australian Poetry Slam. I'm like, poetry slam? What's poetry slam?
Yeah.
And then went down the rabbit hole, watched hours and hours of slam poets from America, and then entered into my first slam heat in Brisbane 2010. And the rest is history.
Now from there.
Yeah.
And then what? Who would be your favourite poet?
Ooh, I have a few.
Asking this, not that I'll know. Who are you gonna
Yeah,
say?
well, I mean, I have my favourite kind of well-known poet is Kay Tempest.
Right.
She's a British poet, very British poet. And I went and saw them live. That was just absolutely incredible. But in terms of local poets, there's a poet who's actually going to be our feature for the next slam. His name is Jamie. I can't remember how to pronounce his last name, but he's absolutely incredible. He's an Irish guy, and
Does he have the accent?
he's got the accent,
Love the
and
accent.
he's brilliant. So he's definitely, and then Kate also, who's in part of the show. Like,
Yeah.
she is the most vulnerable, raw, and real poet I've ever come across. Like, she wins almost every single slam she goes in because has this ability to connect with the audience in a way that I've not seen anyone do.
It kind of answers my next question. I was going to say, ask what you like, what draws you to a poet that you like.
Yeah, look, I mean, those 3 poets that I've just mentioned are all very different.
Yeah.
For me, it really comes down to how engaging they are. So, Kate's very kind of held back, understated. She doesn't really fully perform, but you feel every word.
Yeah.
Jamie is very technical. He does his research. He's almost like a technical part where he'll bring in all this research that he's done for a particular topic. And I'm like, is that all real?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all research.
It's a lecture.
And
Poetic lecture.
he just the way he like rhymes and like brings like the whole thing together, and it's so entertaining.
Yeah.
And then Kay Tempest is, I mean, if you haven't heard of her, go check her out. She's incredible. She does a lot of stuff with like, it's almost like hip hoppy, like she does stuff to music as well, and she just incredible with her metaphors and imagery. So for me, it's like imagery. So a lot of poets will speak in abstract language, which I do sometimes too. And abstract language is something that the brain can't actually like grasp. Like the word love is an abstract word because you can't actually hold that in your hand. Like, what is it? Where is it? Like, so we use concrete metaphors. Like if I say her love was like sand trickling through my fingers on a windy day, you get an idea of what kind of love that is. I love that kind of trickles from way easily. So when poets use strong metaphors, visual metaphors, and concrete language, is something that the brain can actually imagine.
Yeah.
This is where I think spoken word poets excel.
Yeah, I think especially because that's why traditionally my history of like poetry, in school, like trying to these confusing poems, you got to try and pick it apart. You're I don't know. Yeah.
And look, I have a lot of poets or friends who are poets that write like that, very ambiguous and very metaphorical.
Yes.
And I have lines like that in my poetry, but I consider myself, and I call myself this. I call myself a pop poet.
Yeah.
So what that means is that my poetry, I think, is accessible to anyone.
Yeah.
And you don't have to try and think too deeply about what I'm saying. I've got some beautiful visual metaphors in there, but it's that's kind of how I write. And everyone has their different style.
Yeah. I think it's probably more kind of accepted to being like a society of instant gratification and ADHD brains. Like you've got to paint the picture for everyone. Spoon feed.
Yeah. And look, I try not to do that too much, but I still try and keep it fairly simple and accessible.
Yeah.
Simple. But also, it's like the themes that I'm going into as well. Like I do some funny stuff as well. Like I like writing kind of like tongue-in-cheek satirical poetry as well, like poking fun at humans and the world. Because and then I have other friends who write and no one has any idea. But you can still be entranced in it.
Yeah.
Because it's not always about the brain getting the poetry. Sometimes it's coming from such a deep place. It's your soul that picks up on it. If you open yourself up to the energy of it, and sometimes I've had poets get on stage and after they get off, I feel like I just want to hit emotions or something. I'm just like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Like, what just happened to me? So, but different people like different styles.
Yeah. It'd be like listening to like a foreign song, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't really know what you said, but I felt it.
Exactly, that's right. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about, but
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. And did you ever get like writer's block?
Yes. It's funny because I can write a poem, a really amazing poem I can write in 10 to 20 minutes. And then other poems will take me 6 or 7 minutes. Where I'm just like, I can't get this line. I'm not as prolific as a writer as some of my writer friends.
Yeah.
But when inspiration takes hold, it takes hold. Either I'm driving or I'm working, doing something else, I'm like, I've got to stop and do this. But then sometimes I will labour over a line, like trying to just capture the essence of this moment, and I can labour over a line for hours and hours, just wondering, just trying to get there.
Yeah.
So I do get writer's block, and
get when you sleep sometimes, a little notepad next to your bed. You know when you wake up and you're like,
no, I can't read my own writing, so I have to Google on my phone.
Oh.
It's like either voicemail or typing it. But yeah, writer's block's a thing. I have definitely had moments in my life, or periods of time, I should say. I mean, before I moved here, I didn't write anything new for 4 years.
Wow.
So that's what's going on.
Yeah.
But the advice I give to people now for the writer is like, even when you're not writing, you're writing.
Yeah.
Because particularly poetry for me is life.
Yeah.
It's the expression of life. It's trying to capture moments of life. That's what poetry does. And songwriting as well, which is poetry as well. I feel, it's all, even when I'm not writing, I'm taking things in.
Yeah.
Like right now, there's 20 poems around me right here. Being here, like, I could write a poem about Jill, I could write a poem about you, I could write a poem about, the rain hitting the Venus.
And I suppose like life, you're always going through up and downs. Down, you feel like shit, don't want to write, but you could draw on that. And feel good again.
Honestly, the best poems I've written have come from pain.
Yeah.
Like, so heartbreak, you know, any kind of pain transmuted into art.
Yeah.
That's how I heal.
Yeah.
For me, like 18 months ago, I went through a bit of heartbreak and I was struggling. And I wrote two of the best breakup poems I've ever written. And I felt so good after. So I was like, I was like, check this line out. I can't believe I wrote this. And so it transmutes it, and it's really cathartic. And then when you perform that poetry, it's a whole other experience.
Yes.
Again,
especially if like other people go through breakups.
Totally. When I'm performing and I see people in the crowd who are laughing, crying,
feeling
feeling something, and that's why we do what we do as spoken word poets.
Yeah.
Because we're having a direct interaction. It's a feedback loop with the crowd.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can be one person that will get what you're saying. That's all you need.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Do you have a 5-year, 10-year plan where you want to see yourself, or it changes every day?
Oh, that's the thing about being a creative.
Yeah.
Look, I did have this lofty goal of turning Liquid Lyrics into the largest national poetry competition in Australia.
Yeah.
I have kind of pulled back from that idea now. That feels. I don't know if that's why I'm going. In 5 years, I would like to think that I am performing on much bigger stages. So I run a lot of motivational poetry as well.
Yeah.
And I would like to kind of infuse that, my poetry with the motivation kind of scene, I suppose, and see that.
Definitely.
Adam Rower, he's another great poet. I don't know if you've heard him before. He's a motivational speaker and a famous poet. So similar to what he's doing, I could see myself as that. So much.
Yeah.
I don't know. Also, I wanted to do more MC work, but I'm kind of getting a bit more. I only really want to do the MC work right now.
Yeah.
So festivals and big stages and corporate events, but the things that I believe in.
Yeah.
I'm excited about.
That's why I left corporate.
Yeah. So, yeah. Look, if I'm really honest, I don't have a private team plan. I'll probably think about that. Do you want to help me write a private team plan list?
I know.
What's yours?
Focus on the lyrics, national.
National? Yeah.
Nah, then realistic.
Well, then it's not local then, is it? Oh, no. You franchise it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can see that.
But, can't be bothered to do that. One region's hard enough.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
And I think we've got more going on here than a lot of places.
We have so much going on.
Yeah.
People say, like, I must have been so busy when you're living in Brisbane. Like, my life is 10 times busier here on the chilled out sunny coast than it ever has been.
Yeah.
My entire life.
Some weekends I'm like, shit, okay, you have to get there in the morning, there mid-morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're, what you do, like, you're constantly going to give. Constantly going to give.
I get really tired.
I bet you
Sometimes
do.
I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm like this thing.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. Because I imagine there's a lot of good spaces in Brizzy, though.
Yeah, look, Brizzy's got a pretty good poetry scene.
Yeah. There's a pretty arty there.
It's very arty.
Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah.
It was always labelled so poorly. It's like Bris Vegas.
It's come a long way now.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
so good. Even the food's good.
Food's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an international city now.
Yeah.
That's it.
They got rid of e-scooters though.
I went there
No,
the other day. They're still there.
the mayor's just passed it. I saw it this morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So what? Even if you own your own
I
e-scooter?
don't know. I just saw the headlight of the gym, so I don't know the in-depth of that. But
I had a feeling it was coming.
Yeah.
To me now.
Yeah, but like, each.
Look after yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh. But, okay. So you don't know much.
Oh!
Bad hair day, huh?
Bad hair day hat.
So I was
Bad hair day hat every day for me.
Why is that too much?
Yeah. Thank you. I'd love some.
Yeah. Yes. You don't do much in Brizzy?
Look, no, I don't do anything with poetry in Brizzy. Brizzy's got a pretty good poetry scene there.
Okay.
I personally don't. It's not my favourite scene. It's a bit picky and a bit too cool and artsy for me. That's why I started my own thing, because I want it to be more about the heart and the connection and the community.
That's what's good about the coast.
Yeah.
Lose that soul in cities. Just so many like players.
Yeah.
And egos.
And he
And
goes,
money.
exactly. All those things. Not about it.
No.
I was running a Liquid Lyrics down in Gold Coast for a while.
Whereabouts?
There's a place called Focal House.
Where's that?
You know that? It's in Brilliance.
Oh yeah, that's a bit of an interesting crowd.
Yeah, it was very interesting crowd. Didn't really do what I wanted it to do. I think I did it for 4 or 5 times. I was like, no.
Yeah.
And people were going, no, we really love it. We love it. Like, it's like, well, you know, I was only getting like 20, 30 people. Popping up. And being used to doing anywhere between 50 to 110 at Liquid Lyrics, that was quite challenging. Like the effort, the time, and energy. So I was running a second event in Nambour at Small Change, which unfortunately that had to start picking stages where it was.
I was wondering why they stopped doing that.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was sound or...
No, I think he was just struggling like financially to like run events and stuff on and not getting enough people going to them.
That's a shame.
Which is a bit of a shame, but
it was hard to hear about their events too.
Yeah.
Should hit me up.
I know, exactly. Well, I think I was tagging you on quite a few days.
Yeah.
But I will start spoken mic again next year. That's me, Corey. So it's like that's an open mic. So the poet gets 10 minutes on stage. Corey can play piano back and forth, and it's not a competition. So this is more about the art.
Like open mic.
It's like an open mic. So like Liquid Lyrics is an open mic, but it's a slam. So they're kind of different.
Yeah. And then where would that be?
I think I'm going to do that at Dance Art.
Oh yeah.
I've spoken to them. I've checked out the venue.
Yes.
I figure I'll do it there.
That place is beautiful.
Yeah.
How come then?
I wanted to just get some separation from what I'm doing here in Poole.
Yeah.
People. I spoke to you. How many times I speak to you about time venues? So, I'm open to doing something down in Caloundra, like further up, maybe Noosa. I just wanted to at least be 20 to half an hour away from where I'm going.
Yeah. Well, the precinct's killing it.
Yeah, I spoke to the precinct, but I'm not quite sure that's
not your vibe, but I mean they're getting good crowds.
They are getting good crowds.
People are braving Nambour.
Yeah, great. Well, that's good. So, Nambour's possible.
Yeah. Dance Art is such a cool venue.
Such a cool venue.
Yeah. That's cool.
So, we'll see how we go. We'll see what the new year brings. I've also applied to go to Woodford for Liquid Lyrics, so I might be completely exhausted after the show and Woodford.
Yeah.
I might be taking time.
How many poems would you say? Do you write like a poem a day?
Me?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Oh.
No way. No, I've probably written in my life, I would say I've written about 600 poems.
Oh.
Yeah. So a lot of them are almost dry weeks when I read them now. The older stuff, I'm like, oh, Nick, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
And you thought that was so good. And it's so funny because like I look at the poetry I do now, I'm like, oh, it's so good. The poetry I did, say, 5 years ago when I first came up here.
Yeah.
I thought it was the best, and it was. That was probably the best I've ever written.
Yeah.
Now when I'm writing my journey, I can feel I'm going to take a much deeper journey in poetry.
Yeah.
Where I want to go, I actually want to go to this, and just write in a this. I feel like there's a different style coming out in me, which I haven't kind of explored too much. And that's influenced by other poets, but also influenced by... I'm always trying to like reinvent myself as an artist.
And where are you from in Greece?
Well, I was born here, but my mum's from Lesbos, and my dad's from Athens. So I want to go to Lesbos. It's the biggest island in Greece.
Island or mainland?
It's island, yeah. So I want to go and spend a month there and just like do some art from there. But I actually just want to immerse myself in one area.
A work trip.
A work trip. I can call it a work trip. Totally tax write-off. Yeah, so I feel my journey with poetry, because it's been so out and so like performing big stages and doing what I do with Liquid Lyrics. I feel like I'm only second in the journey.
Yeah.
Poetry.
Better place to do that than the Greek islands.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And there were some famous ancient Greek poets that lived on that island. So my mum was there.
Do you speak Greek?
Πολύ λίγο, which means very little. Do you speak Italian?
No.
No?
Oh, I understand a little.
Are you full time?
No, quarter.
Quarter. Wow, you definitely got
Yeah.
a lot of your quarter, didn't
I
you?
know.
Jeez. Wow.
I said, where are you from? Yeah, Bogan.
Yeah, I'm a Bogan. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool. Do you have any of your mom wrote? Oh, wrote
Stories, yeah. I don't have any of those. So.
No.
She passed away 8 years ago, and she didn't share it in the story. I think they got it lost. But she moved. She finished school, which was great.
Yeah.
Went to work, and then came here to 25.
Right. What brought it to Australia?
It was at that time where Australia was like calling to European countries to increase the population. Yes, I know that's
She was in Brazil.
We first moved to Sydney. So the
Oh.
family landed in Sydney. So
Yeah.
I moved there. My family moved to Brisbane when I was 3.
Right, okay. Oh, that's cool. What does she do for work?
She was a hairdresser back then. But then my family, all of us are entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So I grew up around restaurants and
Yeah.
candy bars and fish and chip shops and food shops. And so, race horses and did all that sort of thing. So
What is it you haven't done?
I've done a lot of things.
Yeah.
Hey. Like, when I feel into my life, I've lived many lives.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And I probably will continue to live many lives.
Yeah.
Like, I'm 51. Who the fuck at 51 decide they're going to put on a stage for that?
Yeah.
No experience whatsoever. As this guy.
Yeah.
But it's also I do these things also to inspire other people. Like,
Yeah.
age doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Experience doesn't matter. You can learn things when you learn.
Yeah.
Don't let age define you. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm too young, or I'm too old, or whatever it may be.
Yeah. It's usually like there's so many good things that happen for me.
I'm gonna like yourself with an incredible name.
Yeah.
Incredibly blessed and surrounded by some of the most creative people I've ever known.
Almost such a hard.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. How about you, like? Do you like you're settled in Coolum?
Yeah, look. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I may not even be settled in this. I think Sunny Coast will always be my home. I'll always come back here.
Yeah.
But potentially, I'm feeling a call to garden school. And maybe that will just be like a month increase or 2 months increase. Or maybe that means I'm going to listen to this. But I feel like as an artist, we need to get out of our comfort zone all the time.
Yes.
That's what pushes
That's
us.
what a band. Bigger
Is
band.
that your van?
Bougie.
I want to check that out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, I should do like a series in the van, but it's a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, totally. I would have been up for
The
that.
locals in the loop.
Totally.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Sequel home.
Yeah.
Oh, what's your like favorite place to go for coffee in Portugal?
Ooh. It's-
Like me, it's supposed to be in Switzerland. So there's no favourite.
No, there is favourites. I'm sorry to say it, but I've tried coffee everywhere in Colin.
Especially it's like $7 now. It's like it has to be good.
I don't waste my time.
Yeah,
I go
it's
to Compound or Fly, which is
Never heard of either.
alright. What kind of coffee do you drink?
I like the Italian. So I have either a long black.
Yep.
And I got the Violetto.
Yeah.
I got a Violetto for an induction kick off. So that's exciting. Or oat cappuccino.
I cappuccino. I'm a mocha man. Myself.
Oh, yeah.
I love a good mocha. They do a mocha with heirloom chocolate. And it's like little chunks of chocolate. So it's not syrup. It's real chunks of chocolate. And it is, I get an oat mocha. So Slide or Compound, which is like on the front part of Wall Street. It's a restaurant.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Right next to that. It's like a
Oh!
like a surf and
Yes.
clothing store as well as a cafe.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think I've got coffee there.
Oh.
What's the name? Well, yeah.
What about you?
I don't really go to Fulham too. Everywhere.
I give them the van.
I used to be Alex,
Yeah, okay.
but I've only been to, I don't even know what it's called, that one that's like a window, and then Alley Cat.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I really like the island in Ujimba. Their coffee's really good.
Ooh, I've never been there.
Yeah, it's good. Little Maze in Montreal. That's really good.
Still mates. I think I might have been there too, actually. I think I might have.
Yeah, it's hard. And the heck is that inconsistent?
Me too. That's what I found with Slide. Slide, they train people.
Yeah.
Like they're the coffee roaster. But if you go to Slide, where their roastery is in Fulham Roastery, they train people all around the place.
Yeah, that's what Keepers used to do, and then I think
Yeah.
they're just like, fuck it. And they're big enough, it costs too much.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's the most consistent coffee I've had ever.
Oh, that's good. Good to know. Okay, tomorrow.
Yeah.
I was parked up at Point Arthur
Yeah.
the other night, and then as I was driving out, council were coming in, I was like, yes!
Oh, nice.
Just made it. I just paid off like 3 fines.
Oh, really?
They love me.
Oh, they love you, do
Yeah,
they?
I'm just funding people.
You're funding people. You're funding the race. Yeah, when I pay a fine, I'm like, this is going to a swing in a park.
Yeah. That's such a good way to look at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what are you, any upcoming gigs you're looking forward to?
Ooh. You know what? Actually, I haven't. Well, we have another gig actually. I probably should mention.
Oh,
We have a fundraiser for Ben King, which just because the costs of putting production are quite high.
Right.
So we've just launched a fundraiser. I'm not sure if I tagged you, but if I haven't, I will.
No, but I think I saw it somewhere.
Yeah, so that's like a concert, a gig. We've got Jesse, Talia, Vandra coming out. So
sweet.
they haven't played live in so long, so I'm coming to see them.
That's their space, isn't it?
That's their space, yeah. And
I saw it with this new rock. One of them.
yeah, Levi is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that gig because there's going to be 3 poets and 4 musical acts as well.
Where is that?
That's going to be at Studio Social on the 6th, Friday the 6th of September.
Oh, that's
Yeah. So basically a week before the show starts.
okay.
So cheap tickets, $20 tickets. We're going to have food for sale as well.
Oh, okay.
Really community.
Like proceedings go to supporting.
Yeah, exactly. Everything goes.
Raffle.
Yeah, I'm probably going to run a raffle. I'll probably run a raffle to win 2 gold tickets to the show.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Sometimes I come out.
Yeah.
Sometimes I write as well.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. And then.
So in terms of other gigs, I'm not really on the pulse for that at the moment because I'm so focused.
No, really.
Better be.
People always look forward to it. I'm like, I really don't know. I'm just focusing on like what to eat for dinner tonight.
Yeah. That's pretty much right. I'm focusing on like, who am I rehearsing with this week? What's going on? Like, what am I making? Like, what? Last night I was up till late creating props for one of the skits on camera and just like thinking stuff out.
Oh yes, my best friend back in Sydney went to dance school. He's like, making mushrooms for Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, you're gonna have many hats on.
Yeah. What about costumes?
Because it's being human, so there's not really a lot of costumes going on. Maybe. There are. I mean, I don't want to give too much away, but basically most of it is just kind of like we're just wearing the clothes. It is an expression of the human experience. There are like some costume changes, but nothing like it's not like that kind of way or stage production.
Sponsored by a local designer, and they can dress you, and then they can sell their clothes at the show.
Why didn't I speak to you earlier? I swear to God, you got like the best ideas ever. Yeah.
And then you should get an artist to like draw the scene as a film. There's a guy that does that.
Is it digital artist?
No.
Like national.
Yeah, he works at studio. At some of his like more. I have his name.
Yeah, I'd be open to that. Definitely, we're going to get an artist, a live artist for the fundraiser.
Yeah.
And then probably that option.
Oh yeah. Very good. Cool. Any final words?
Any final words? No. So, I think I would just like to, to your audience, kind of just give a little bit of inspiration and advice and like following on from what I was saying before. And that is, like yourself, like you have an idea, have a dream, go for it. It's going to be tough. There's going to be things that are going to make you want to quit, but just if you just keep showing up every day, the universe, life, people will show up for you. Like everything falls into place exactly the way it's meant to. So, kind of like just wash off your excuses and just get on with the job.
Yeah, exactly. Just get on with it. My dad used to say. And I think we've got the biggest small business population on the Sunshine Coast.
Do we?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Don't let that do you.
No, exactly. Yeah. And also embrace your failures.
Yeah, exactly.
I've started a few businesses and only 2 of them have actually like had any success.
Yeah.
But I've had to have the failures to learn. I can do that. Or you probably put too much energy into that.
Like so much you do get, and nothing leads nowhere. It's like from that you still it leads in somewhere else.
Totally, and that's what I feel like what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
With this production, it is teaching me so much about myself, but also I know that it's leading to something.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, exactly.
All I know is that it's
like
I can feel it. I don't know where it's going, but I'm just kind of along for the ride right now.
Yes.
So, hold on for dear life.
Yeah.
Also, tickets are for sale right now. We have first round tickets available up until a week before each show night, and then the tickets are $1,000. So get your tickets another
hat.
Get another hat, baby.
They're gonna end with a poem.
Ooh. Ooh, how about I'll give you a teaser for one of the pieces. Right? Only because I've performed this out in public already, so I can give you a bit of a teaser lesson. And it is about mobile phone addiction. And you know, when I look around, you know, our addiction to technology, I mean, I'm one of these people. I've written this show. So this is called Chasing Cheap Dopamine. To you or the camera?
I don't know.
Oh, that's you.
Okay. Okay.
Chasing cheap dopamine hits, playing with these coping myths like this one helps me sleep, this one keeps me entertained, and this one calms my anxious ADHD brain. Chasing cheap dopamine hits like poorly executed magic tricks, the short-lived bliss of a paddle pop stick with only one lick of ice cream on it. It's the hit of sugar and cinnamon scroll. Hit good old doom scroll. Look around, overstimulation is taking its toll. And even if alcohol, weed, nicotine, and party drugs aren't your scene, I bet they got you hooked with that black mirror scream, that portal to a digital dreamland.
That's
How do you
good.
get that?
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh,
That piece is gonna just, yeah, it's gonna mess us up. What
yeah.
we're doing with that is what I'm just saying, do what we're
I love the black mirror.
doing. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You could sell that to me.
Why not? I'm just gonna like hang out with you and just feed off all your ideas.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
It's
I'm so
nice.
looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Tickets on sale, 19th
Yeah.
to 20th of September.
26th.
Night shows.
Night show, 6 o'clock, doors open, 7 o'clock, doors closed. Done by 9 o'clock with our meet and greet after.
Amazing. Thank you.
Okay.